Right, so what I'm going to start with is parting her hair from the top of her ear to her other ear, okay? You've got to make sure you don't take out too much hair, so just follow the line over. Just check a button. And take a bit more out of that. Because what I don't want is where I'll have the bun too far back. What you can do is just leave that hair for later and we'll sort that out in a bit. Next I'm going to part the hair halfway, like when we do half up, half down. Previous back combing was coming out. What we're going to do with this is tie it into a bun as close to the parting line as we can on top. Don't worry about it being neat because that's all going underneath your wig. Just twist it round into a bun. Right.
I can't move, the dog's on the blanket.
What, tough luck?
I can't.
Tough luck. Next I'm going to part this bottom hair into two pieces. Like so. And what I'm going to do, I've already done slightly earlier, is back comb the bottom of it because Katrina's hair's so fine. So it needs plenty of back comb and be able to help hold the wig in. If your hair's quite thick, you might not need it so much. It depends on how things are for yourself. Same for the other side. When you're back combing, make sure you push the hair up. If you start fluffing, it's not going to do anything. It'll make things worse. Just using an ordinary tail comb, that does the job. And I'll tie those two into two little buns now as well. Yep, so you've got your 3 buns. Next we're going to go on to the quiff. You can do the quiff in a few different ways, because when I do Katrina's I don't use a quiff bump. But if you want to use a quiff bump you can. So I'll just show you how. Katrina, don't worry about the dog.
She's on my blanket.
Can't be new news.
Right, so what I'm going to do...
What?
So what I'm going to do is part her hair.
Ow.
So she's got some hair down the side. Actually, I want that. She's going to have 2 bits left over. And these are going to be used for curls to attach to the wig. If, again, preference if you want to use them. So if you're using a quiff bump, just back comb the hair. The reason why I don't use a quiff bump is I can't get the quiff as big as what I'd like it to be with Katrina's hair. So again, back combing like you do with the bottom bit, pushing it back at the back. And what I do is I back comb it all the way down, because that's what I'm going to do with Katrina's. I recommend when brushing out back combing, don't just jump straight in the shower, it'll make things 10 times worse. Take your time, start at the bottom, and work your way up. Don't go from the top, you ain't going to do anything. You pull your hair out. So if it's a quiff bump, you won't need to back comb all the way down. Just pop your quiff bump in, and then you can grip your hair and go around that bun if needs be. Yeah? But with Katrina I don't. So Katrina, can you hold those please? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to roll her hair down, but I've got another brush now called back combing brushes in shops. You can get them in Boots anywhere. And if I start brushing it slightly here, it gets rid of the bird's nest back comb look, just underneath. And I'm going to start to roll her hair down. Just giving it rolled down. If we brush it through here like this, it gets rid of the look and it's nice and smooth then. What I'll also do now is give it a bit of a spray to help that hold there before you start picking into things. Don't brush your hair when you've just sprayed it. That'll give it the wet look. That's where all the hair starts clumping together. So I'm going to start to grip it into place. So I'm going to start to grip in the hole first, one side. Just starts holding that piece into place, and then the other side.
Whoa. Yeah, all right.
Right. So now I'm going to start neatening off
I'm gonna see.
her quiff. Let me know. And just gripping bits of loose hairs back as well, and also gripping the quiff itself down now. What's so funny?
I don't know.
Right. There we go. Right. Next, I'm going to add donuts. Now again, donuts will be a different preference to yourself. For Katrina's hair, we used 2 donuts, but it was a bit of a trial and error because when we first done her hair, we used 1 donut and the wig wasn't high enough. especially because of how her tiara is. So we put 2 donuts together onto the top bun. When I put them on there, I grip the 2 donuts together to make sure they're a good anchor. And you need to make sure gripped into the head. Okay, I'll show you. So when I grip the donuts together, I use bobby pins.
You never call them bobby pins.
Grips then, instead of pins. The longer the grip, the better. Instead of the small ones. Katrina, please.
Sorry. It's Mum and the camera.
All the way around the donut because you don't want these donuts coming apart. If these donuts come apart, you're probably screwed. Right, so that's the 2 donuts stuck together. Now I'm going to pin the donuts to the head. So, for this, I'm going to use the open pins, wide ones. And to put these in nicely, I always recommend to go down and then turn. Generally hurts that person's head, but you know it's in. And there as well. All the way around. And this is the part you need to make sure they don't move, because this anchors the whole thing to your head. Plenty of grips all the way around. Huh?
That's actually my head, that is.
Yep, that's good. And I'll even add a few just up at the top here as well, just to add to make sure it fits into the little bun. Right. So your wig. With the wigs, try and keep them in a net. It helps keep them a bit tidier instead of just something.
And don't forget them at a hotel.
Don't leave them at a hotel, especially when your hair is half done, ready for the competition. Katrina, where's that other comb? Where's the combs?
Oh, it fell on the floor. Bye, Gavin.
Okay, so before I put the wig on, I always give it a brush out at the top to keep it nice and smooth. I always recommend doing that after you've taken the wig off. So, to start with, I'm going to put the wig at the top and I'll get Katrina to hold it for me. So make sure you go right over, and the tooth combs are going to go into the bottom of the donut. Just be careful of the quiff, but push it right in, and this will hurt
A lot.
Right. You have to ask them. And then at the side, you need to make sure the combs are all in. Okay. Right, Katrina, can you hold that then, please? I'm finding old pins in here now. So, getting them to hold the wig, grab the bottom of it. I'm going to put it over the 2 buttons, and all the way down and underneath, and let the tooth combs feed in. Oh, we've got to check that's in the middle. Let's have a look. Sorry. Make sure it's all in the middle. Yeah? Okay. What we're going to do now is grip the wig in place. Now, when gripping the wig in place, always crisscross the pins. It makes it feel tighter 10 times. You don't have to put grips in somewhere where it's not going to feel like it's going. So I'm going to start with the side of the wig, pull it forward to where the parting was. I'm going to grip that one and then crisscross it over that way. And generally with the way her hair is, I get 3 crisscrosses down.
Ow, that one really hurts.
Sorry. And then same for the other side.
You just got dragged.
Trina.
Sorry.
Again, pull the wig forward here. Okay, so now I've done those 3 crisscrosses. I'm going to do about 3 crisscrosses in the centre of the wig. This will stop the wig jumping up and down so much here. So what you're going to do is part your curls slightly and get to the netting. There's a grip from last time. Use that. Sort of find yourself in. Find some head or hair and push it in. And crisscross those again. We'll do about 3 of them along the middle as well. Again, the best pins for use for these are long grips. They're easier. Alright, after that, I will pin the wig to the donuts. So, I'll brush the wig over to make sure it's nice and neat. Again, do the down and turn one, push with grip, so you're going to push it down and turn it. Helps grip it all in. Do that variety few pieces. You're going to go down, turn. Sometimes it helps gripping some of the curls in place because they might go skew with. Right. Ask them how it feels. How does it feel? Trina?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Is it
yeah.
tight?
Yeah. It feels
Ask
fine.
them how if it feels tight. If you need to add more grips in, add more grips in. If they feel as though this bottom bit will need gripping, then I'd grip that. Again, the same thing, because you've got the combs there, it might be slightly harder, but just try and add some grips in as and where you can at the bottom. You might want to...
Ow.
Does it feel tight even without grips then, True?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It doesn't move.
No, that's fine. So you might not even need some at the
Bring us
bottom.
into those bubbly bits.
Right, and also put some grips into the smaller buns if you're able to find them. I don't always need to with Katrina, but if you feel as though you need to, you can. Just be careful of where you're putting them because of the curls. Make sure the wig covers everything. Right. Just need to add a couple of grips to that top bit. This will help push it down up here. Sometimes if it's to the comb bit, you might need to use the wider pins. There you go, that's going in.
Yeah, I felt it going in.
Mm.
Look.
Right. Let's sort out your... Where's the other comb?
You aren't putting one.
The crisp's gone down here, so you just need to tease it out. Now, if you don't want to have your hair curl and you just want it going straight back in, when you separate the hair, just don't separate these bits out and add it in. Okay, I'm going to curl the hairs, but I'm going to split it into two and do 2 curls. And curl it away from the face because it'll go in towards her quiff. Oh, I didn't back comb it. Just move your head. Yeah, but you'll get burnt otherwise. Just keep out of that for now, please. Right, I'm going to backcomb some of these curls slightly at the root now. No, wrong. Fluff them out a bit more.
Ow.
What are you owing at?
I burnt myself.
I've killed this one wrong. And with this, you've just got to try and place the curls and give them a brush out, and so it adds a bit more volume. Needs. Just place them, grip them and place them towards the wig sort of thing. This wig, bring some of the curls forward if needs be to grip it towards that. Feel as though I need more, backcomb some more. Brush it out slightly. So twist up into the wig. Grab some of the wig as well forward and grip it. Same for the other side. Stop it.
You knocked them out.
No, I didn't. Stop it. Grab some of the wig, sort of grip it together. And grab your backcomb and brush, you can brush it out slightly. And sort of brush it into the quiff. If you've rolled your quiff like I have, you can brush it into the quiff so it looks like an oval one then. Same for the other side. Sometimes I've backcombed the hair before I've curled it. Or other times I backcomb it now after I've curled it. Doesn't make too much difference. Poor shirt. You're...
I didn't ruin it.
I'm still going to redo this.
Stop whispering in the video.
That's disgusting. Again, if crisscross the grips, they'll stay in longer. Push it through. Add some spray. Normally I've got some blonde spray for Katrina, so she'll have that in, and I'd have sprayed that first.
It's there.
Oh. Right, cover your face then. On the carpet.
That's better.
Right, the other side. Other side. You see the curls have matched in with the wig itself. Need to pull the wig down, pull it down, and add a few more grips in if you need to. Hold that, please. Alright, then lastly you'd go with the tiara. Just put a few grips in the tiara beforehand. I'm going to find the middle of the nose and the middle of the tiara. That's where it's going to go. Grip it in.
Ow. Oh. That's legit my head, Nathy.
Yes. And you've got to make sure it goes behind the quiff and it sits nicely with the wig. Right, the other side in. On the following side, and then you can actually grip that properly, it just gets it into place. So put the grip over the grip if you can. Trina, can you stop moving, please?
Sorry.
Feel it? Not quite in the middle, but adjust that as and when. Gentle. There you have it.
I think.
That curl's fine, Mum. The curls are all fine. Once you're all done, just pull out all the curls to make sure it's all level-headed and stuff. Before it wasn't enough. And this can all be brought forward if needs be. Next time. It's all about level if you can. Can't see. Yeah, why would you turn around? So you can see it.
Alright, well, I won't